Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Let's start first with the Myles Garrett trade. That was the huge trade that the Rams made. They traded for Myles Garrett, and they gave the Browns Jared Verse, a 27 first round, a 28 second round, and a 29 third round. Um, Give me your quick, your initial thoughts on this trade.
Well, as a Niners fan, not a fan of the Rams getting Myles Garrett, but I think we'll start from the Browns' point of view.
Sure.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
You can get Jared Verse. He's still on a rookie deal. I believe he got 2 years left of team control on that, and then he's going to get paid. Jared Verse was really good. I think last year or the last couple of years, he's had like 10 less pressures than Myles Garrett. He gets there. Doesn't quite get the sack numbers as Myles Garrett, but I think some of that comes with like the size and experience difference. But to get Jared Verse, a first, a second, and a third over the next couple of years, those are the type of things that I think teams in the Brown situation where they're not going to win anytime soon. Myles Garrett just finished his age 30 season, so he's going to start entering that slow decline phase. Cash out while you can. I think they did a great job of getting younger, so you probably don't have a huge drop-off defensively, but get what you can when you're in a rebuild.
Yeah, they're kind of waiting out Watson's contract because it's so egregious. So this is actually the right move. This is probably a move maybe they should have done a year or two ago, but right now might actually be the best time. You get Myles Garrett, like you said. I think he'll probably have, just what would you call it? Like historically for edge rushers, probably 2 more like really good years, elite years, and then he'll kind of go a little bit downhill. Whether it's slow or fast will just depend on how quickly his body ages. But for the Browns, getting a young pass rusher and then the assets to help build around the future when Watson is no longer part of your salary cap, I think was and is the right move for the Browns moving forward. And obviously for Browns fans, it kind of stinks because Myles Garrett's the type of player you kind of like root for and you want to retire as a Brown, but you also want to give him a chance to win a Super Bowl, and it's not going to happen in his lifetime as a Brown. It just won't.
For sure. Like these are the guys that, like you said, you start building your team around. You build the excitement. Defensive Player of the Year, does incredible things. You would love to have that guy the whole career and at least play meaningful football with him, but it wasn't going to happen. And for the team's sake, for the player's sake, let's move on.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, Rams side of it.
I get for the Rams, you text me, like this is what good teams do.
Yeah.
They have an opportunity here because they drafted so well. Like if you go through their draft record, rounds 3 and later, Puka, Kyron, Quentin Lake, their safeties, like when you nail those, first round picks don't matter then.
Right.
They do, but they don't. And the Rams being able to add to that along with what else they did this offseason is more of a win now. You're probably going to get, like you said, a couple prime years left out of Myles Garrett, and that's what you're playing for.
Yep, you got like 2 more years of Stafford, so you're gonna like make the most of those 1 to 2 more years with having someone like Myles Garrett on your roster. They're just a franchise that constantly goes for it. They did it with Matthew Stafford. They did it with Jalen Ramsey. They traded for McDuffie too this offseason, right? And they also got Garrett now. I just think this is what every franchise that's like on the what's it called, just on the line between being a contender and missing the Super Bowl or whatever. This is every fan base wants their GM to act like the Rams GM. Just go for it. And like you said, one of the superpowers they have is they're really good at drafting guys in the later rounds. So like giving up your first round pick, it's not as big as a deal because we have competent scout team, we got a competent GM, and this is why it works for them. So yeah, I like it for the Rams.
Yep. And I pulled it up, like players that had over 100 sacks through their age 30 season, and then those after. Basically, two guys really stand out: Bruce Smith, Reggie White. Myles Garrett is probably in that mold, but there's a fall off risk with this. I think with all that's going on with the Rams, this is going to be like a spectacular season or a spectacular blow up the other way if things go bad with Puka, if Myles Garrett gets hurt or someone else, Matthew Stafford gets hurt, things like that. So when you make these, it's a win now. You should do it. They're good at playing the inequity of teams not giving up players. Teams in the NFL haven't kind of taken maybe more of that aggressive NBA approach and move off of guys. The Rams are prime example between Stafford, now Myles Garrett, of taking advantage of that. Strike while the iron's hot. It's an upgrade, whether how big you see it. It just depends. It's still an upgrade of what they had. Go for it.
Yeah, this is almost like the equivalent of like trading, maybe like a young KD for a prime LeBron, type thing, like a age 32 LeBron James for like an age 28 KD, maybe a little bit, maybe Verse isn't as good as like maybe at the level of KD, but he has the potential to be better, right? Like you talked about the pressure numbers, so you like it for the Browns, but you go for it. That's the whole point. You're going for it if you're the Rams. So,
great.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.